聞こえの未来。
はい、皆さん、聞こえの未来シーズン3をご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
オーティコン補聴器の田中です。
茨城大学の田原です。
岡山大学の片岡です。
はい、今日私たちはまた懲りずにデンマークのオーティコン本社に来てしまいました。今はとてもデンマークらしい風にやられています。はい、で今回はですね、少し実践的な内容に絞って実際に聴覚障害のある方をサポートするためにはどういった支援が必要かということをまたスペシャリストに聞いていきたいと思っています。そして今回ディスカッションパートも用意しておりますのでぜひ、お楽しみください。
それでは行ってみましょうか。
はい、行きましょう。Right, so thank you for joining again this discussion part. So I'm very glad to have all of you here. And in discussion part, I'd like to hear the various opinions from different perspectives, such as ENT doctor, hearing aid manufacturer, basic audio research, and pediatric audiologist. So, and we named this video series 聞こえの未来. In English, the future of hearing, because the reason is that when I was in Denmark as a guest researcher, I was surprised to see that the specialists around me were deeply considering not only current issues, but also future society 5 or even 10 years ahead. And I think this future perspective is lacking in the field of hearing care in Japan. So in this discussion, I'd like to hear the various opinions from specialists in each field on the topic of future of listening to think about our future together, right? Then I would like to proceed mainly with 2 questions and have each person comment. Okay, so the question number 1, when we think about the future of hearing, the development of AI-centered technology is inevitable topic, and usage of online technology may also increase significantly. So, as those future possibilities in mind, what is required for hearing care specialists to accommodate those future changes? So, let's discuss from each standpoint. So, at first, you go. So, could you start?
Okay. Advances in technology, including AI, have changed everything, not only hearing aids, but also society. But this does not mean AI can resolve everything. Yeah. If appropriate support or accommodation are not provided, the difficulties children with hearing loss face will not change anything. Yeah. I think it is essential that specialized educator and medical professional work together with good partnership. That is the situation in Japan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you for your great insights. So how about you, Thomas?
Yeah, so our take is that over time we will be able to have hearing aids know much more about the world. For instance, you could think about hearing aids not only using microphones, but also using cameras to get information about the person you are talking to. That will give the AI in the hearing aid a lot more knowledge. And then we can use the AI power in a much more meaningful way. And when we have all of that in place, we will be able to prescribe interventions much more precisely to individualized diagnostics. And we're working on a lot of new diagnostics that will help us know much more precisely what hearing damage a given individual is suffering from. So we think there's a lot of ways in which we can improve across diagnostics and prescription and the underlying technologies.
Yeah, thanks. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I can only agree with these 2 points of view. I think AI in hearing aids is a very powerful tool. It has a potential to be very powerful. It can really alter the sound that we give someone. So that does mean that we need to know what it's doing. So people prescribing hearing aids need to be aware of like what is happening, what the potential for the alteration of the sound is that the person is listening to. And we also need to have systems and sensors that are aware of the outside world and also of the hearing aid user's own body. So at Ericsson, we're doing a lot of research now where we use sensors, motion sensors, eye movement sensors, sensors that try to understand what is this internal state of the person, both in terms of their effort and fatigue and also their capacity to deal with the types of signals that we're able to give. So I think that's where we need to make sure that the medicine that we're giving, this very strong noise reduction, is given in the right time and when people can actually make use of it the best. Yeah.
Thank you. And next, Dave, can I hear your comment? Yeah.
Sure, yes. Just picking up on a word that Thomas mentioned, which was precision. And lately I've been thinking a lot about precision medicine and how do we move that over towards precision audiology. And I think there is a huge opportunity when we think about AI in hearing aids, because today we are looking at general hearing aid prescriptions. And I think with AI, this is giving us the opportunity to provide a more of an individualized fitting opportunity for patients. And I think this is very important that we have more knowledge, more ability to customize our settings to suit the individual needs of that person in their different important listening environments. So I see this as really improving our efficiency and our accuracy of what we're trying to achieve with each of these individuals to deliver the best sound possible.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'd like to add my opinion from the perspective of education. So as all of you said, the current technology has been improving amazingly. And I think future hearing aid can reflect in individuals' listening intent more correctly. But I think if the children or people with hearing impairment don't have their intent, there is no meaning if they have the very good devices. So educator or some specialists align with hearing children or people with hearing impairment, and they have to discuss how to cultivate their positive hearing attitudes together here. Mm-hmm. And as Yuko said, of course, it is essential to, as Yuko said, these technologies have limitations, and it is important that hearing care specialists align and work together with people with hearing loss. And it is important to organize what devices can do and what people can do, and consider the good balance between the two. So for this closer collaboration among specialists like you is also essential. Yeah. Okay, so we'd like to move to other questions too, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so in this video series, we have learned that hearing problems are not only coming from listening or hard of hearing, but also other difficulties such as listening effort or listening fatigues. And it is necessary to consider those other issues from a very broad concept. In other words, we must update our common knowledge in line with the development of science and technology. So with that in mind, I would like to ask about your ideal 聞こえの未来, so future of hearing. Okay, so let's start here.
As Hamish and also mentioned before, users of intent to talk to me, they think it would be nice if AI could learn the patterns and habits of the user's past hearing aid mode switching, and after the learning, automatically switch to the optimal mode or under similar circumstances, time, place, or occasion with GPS or something. And for example, in listening to music, switch to music mode. Yeah. And that might be able to reduce their listening effort or stress. Yeah, and so I hope that will be installed in next generation model of hearing aids. Can you?
Okay, so I'd like to your opinion. Your opinion.
Well, I hope we will be able to do things like that.
Switch the mode.
Yeah, automatically switch
yeah.
mode. That could be possible in the future.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking that as hearing aids become more connected to mobile devices and maybe to the cloud, it will also enable hearing care professionals to know if the treatment they have prescribed is actually working well in real life and follow up remotely. So if it turns out that the user and the clinician had different understandings of what was needed, then that can be corrected by means of having data from the real world use of the hearing aid be available to the clinician. And the clinician would then be able to update the prescriptions online and make improvements to specific challenges that the user may have encountered.
Yeah, it sounds very great. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so how about you?
I think this is the future of hearing is it's what we're thinking about a lot. And for me, the tricky part, so changing modes when you're listening to music, change to the music program, it's so difficult because there can be the same acoustic situation, but you could have completely different activities in that same acoustic situation. So if you were in a music situation and you were really trying to pay attention to the band, you might want to ignore all the annoying people talking all around you. Or it could be completely the other way around, where the band is annoying and you want to listen to the people, even though the sound is the same. So we do need something that can look into the internal state of the person somehow, to try and disentangle these situations where we have the same environment but completely different intentions of what the person wants to do. So that would be my future hearing aid would be something that could understand that nuance and allow people to actually do what they want to do with their hearing. And I think it's so complicated getting there, but it's something that's really what we're working on a lot at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And how about Dave?
Yeah, so when I think about children with hearing loss today, I'm always thinking about what feature do we introduce in our hearing aid that will bring them closer to the participation and communication scenarios that are similar to those that have normal or typical hearing. And how do we close that gap so that, if you are a child with hearing loss and your friend next to you has normal hearing, we want them to have similar experiences and similar opportunities. And so when I think about the future, it's looking at where do we need to go in terms of closing those gaps? What are the things that are maybe easier to do first, which are more complicated? As Hamish and Thomas said, with the music, this is a little bit more complicated. But I think that's where I think we continue to go is moving those experiences of children with hearing loss closer to their peers with normal hearing. And at least from my perspective, when we do this, we're always trying to gather evidence and research on these hearing aids to show the benefit, so that with young children, we know it is working the way that it should. And I think that's something that we've always done a good job of.
Yeah, thank you for your good opinion and good comment. And yeah, of course, it is essential to be able to hear better, but I don't think that is the final goal. So as Hamish mentioned, the true goals and the ideal future of hearing are to be able to do the things you want to do without restriction from hearing loss and make your life richer as a result of the better hearing. Yeah. And I think this philosophy also aligns with the demand group's purpose of the life-change hearing health. Okay, so thanks for your great insight, great comments. And listening to your comments and opinions, I look forward to the future much more. And however, I think that individual specialists must further enhance their skills so that the bright future can come. And I also hope that people with hearing impairment will actively think about a bright and ideal future by themselves. And at the same time, as a professionals, we have to care and support them so that they can do so. So, okay, so let's work together to create a bright future. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
オーティコンの補聴器はあなたの聞こえをサポートするまるでコンシェルジュ。脳から聞こえを考えるブレインヒアリングというアプローチで360度の自然な聞こえを実現。先進の AI、DNN がノイズを抑えて聞きやすい音に整え、自分センサーがあなたの聞きたいを感知し、必要な音をクリアに届けます。さあ、もっとあなたらしく。オーティコン補聴器。